how close to now can you get? How far away in distance or in time? It doesn't seem to really exist. There's a lot of hoopla, and all of the teachers of spirituality tend towards talking about now. Yet no one can show me now. You continually experience life through echoes and through layers, or what you call a gating mechanism, or through filters. Filters and echoes might be the best way of explaining it. If something happens really instantaneously, fast, it happens in what you would maybe like to call now. You experience it, and you observe it afterwards, only looking back. You literally have to look in the other direction. Whatever direction that is, it's another direction. It's not there. Everyone wants to talk about slowing down and meditating. Then you can experience now. Oh, why can't you do it while you're walking around? Why do you need to stop moving? Stop moving the body, stop moving the mind. Those ideas are still calculated out of the concepts. I use the word concept a lot because of what it really is. It's a filtering mechanism to conceptualize a perceived reality, which comes through what you perceive as the future. You think there's a future, so therefore you think there's a now. And that's where you get a past from. We've explained this in a lot of different ways before. We observed it through different lenses and filters and echoes. But even if you were to experience now, where does it go? It's gone. It's coming. It's going. It's here. Oh, let's just breathe. Or we could use the process Osho would talk about, so you could get a little closer to comprehending what it is, which is to dance really fast and work out, do something physically active, and then immediately go into a meditation or a silence. So you can kind of hear the echo and feel the echo and experience what seems to be what people like to call now, yet it doesn't exist. You have to have a frame of reference for now. And by having a frame of reference, you're outside of now. You can't... Let's try it this way. If you were to sit down and write something, that would be as close as you can get. And that's even a two levers and two levels beneath the idea of now. If you were to write down something to produce a future reality that they'd say, well, you'd experience that future in the now. It'd be a different now, but it's certainly now. You could use that time, right? And only the confusing part is you say, well, time. Well, if it's always now, then why would you have to stop time? If time is now, then how could you stop it? To write down something on a piece of paper, which gives you kind of a space and distance and time from receiving something. This is where sigils come in. But I have to step back and say, well, we're the original sigil. We're already the moving embodiment of the spiritual energy of whatever the essence of the universe is. It's not now, it's not here, it's not there. It's the indescribable, the thing, the nothing, all of that stuff. But there certainly isn't a now, because you can't show it to me. You can't point to it. Just like where's your mind at? You can't point to it. You can't display it. You can't show it. Even if you make some lines in a page or make some music, it all drifts into something. It goes somewhere. It came from somewhere. If it came from somewhere, it's going somewhere. then you're inside or outside or around around time. And in time includes the future and the past and the present. Now, this is not to say there's no experience, but it's, again, the experience is only conveyed at a future moment. Even slowness, you can only look back upon the experience. Hindsight is 20/20. These kind of ideas. Even if you were to get into if you were to be at the point, the source code of whatever creation came from, that's a place that I'm sure that we all get to go there because we came from there. But as we're trying to detail this, a lot of people are out here are selling the idea that there is a now, and selling the book about now. And then I have to say, when did you write the book? And then, see, this is not a semantic game. I'm not trying to play semantics, but a lot of these teachers out here do play semantics because they're trying to find their lowered down version of material and money, even though they claim to not want material. They find themselves embodied in material and needing material. And that material they use to see this is the unspeakable thing. Even there's quality teachers there. I'm not dismissing this, but there's a lot of there's many out there, because if there are many and there are different times, because I remember back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, that wasn't now. I mean, it was now then, but see, these teachers and students, and we've existed in the past and in the future and in whatever it is that doesn't seem to be a now, though, because you always have, and I go back to this again, because if something occurs, you can't see, this is where language becomes the barrier in trying to show something, in trying to use an X-plane, a two-dimensional surface, even with the addition of my voice, to give depth to the X-plane. You get the X and the Y plane, and you get the Z plane, which is the depth, so you get the X, Y, and Z axis. There's an expectation, or there's a observation, or those things, those ideas, those are the intermediaries or the filters that keep you from experiencing whatever people claim to be now. Do enough drugs and you can experience now, I guess. This is what they say, but well, after that, as I've always said, after those people do all those mushrooms, well, they're not up there anymore, are they? Now they're here. So apparently they're not now anymore, are they? So where were they? Well, it seems to be in the past or future. So there's more. If there was only now, existence wouldn't be. How could existence exist? How could anything be if there is no motion? The idea that everything is now is the convoluted concept that you couldn't have motion, because inside of now, which would be instantaneous beyond a microsecond, there would be no movement. There'd be nothing. You would stop all things. Stagnation would equal death. Now, again, this going into a lot of the earlier talks I've done, There's no differentiation between stopping and starting and moving and death and life. But people that try to explain and verbalize and talk about the now moment, I really, it's they're doing it through the echoes of time, and time is a fluidium. Okay, you can't. You look at the ocean, and while it's all one thing, if you're in one part of the ocean, the wave is not where you are, it's somewhere else. It takes time to get to you. You can't say the wave that's over there is hitting me now, or the wave is I'm surfing on, or whatever it is. There is that reverberation or time. So people need to. This is the echo chambers of the thought processes. So our capacity to create and have imagination is only due to the fact that we exist with what people don't like, which is time, or what people try to they try not to believe in. They try to say it doesn't exist. Oh no, it's always right now. Yet they wrote a book to explain to someone what now is, so they get paid buckaroos in the now, and they could get paid some dough and experience their future with better, cooler things and more. Like that still occurs because it was a placement, and a place is either here or over there. It's either now or then, or now or later, or back there. And even now, it doesn't. This is the point. I misspoke. It's not. It can't be now. Now is going into the past or into the future. Pick one. And so our experience is predicated on our capacity to use time to our advantage, to stretch it out, to stop it, to move it, to change it, to morph it. So there's people that are trying to get into this now thing, where they're just like, oh, I'm going to sit here in meditation for 2 hours. Hey, it's great. I hope it works. I hope it's doing wonders for you. But in those meditations, there tend to be, for most people, the meditation is a relay system to filter the things that you don't want out, and to collapse the time waves into getting some object reality set forth before you. And you say set forth before you. You can say it's in front of you. Is it before you or in front of you? It's a very funny word. You call it the present because it was present, which means it came before you. So was it before you, or was it in front of you? So you look outside of you. Where did it come from? So what's outside of you is there's a time delay to get from your mind to the image or the experience that you have. So these are just a few ideas that I hope you can all play with, and we will talk soon. Hope you're glorious and having a wonderful evening. Do whatever you need to do inside of time, or if you can stop time, that's awesome too. Hit me up, let me know. Come see me in the dream realm. We'll chat soon.